How many of you have heard the phrase that gaming has already peaked and we are going downhill from now on? The gaming was better in the past and now it's nothing but battle royales, useless multiplayer shooters, and just cash grabs all over the place. Have you heard of that? Yeah, I did as well. And I just wanted to ask myself and you as well a question, whether the gaming has peaked or not, and just to give you very short, concise answer and just discuss it shortly whether it's actually true or not and why people are thinking that, or maybe why people are not thinking that as well. So without further ado, let's just discuss whether the gaming has peaked or not. And yeah, usually I give answer right away, but because here the answer is pretty not straightforward and there are no facts where you can say that game has peaked or not. Well, here I will just give you my opinion and I will also give you your opinion as well. Because a few months back I actually did a poll where I asked you whether you think the gaming has peaked or not. And majority of you said, 65% of you said that no, gaming has not peaked. 35% said that yes, gaming has peaked. And what do I think? Well, in my opinion, no. Gaming has not peaked just yet, and it will take a while until we're gonna reach the peak of gaming, maybe, if ever. I just want to ask, why does this 35% think that gaming has peaked? I understand why 65% may not think that, because they're optimistic, they're enthusiastic, they are seeing great games, they're enjoying their time with the game. But what about this 35%? Why they think that gaming has peaked? Well, the answer is pretty simple. The reason is all this AAA BS that a lot of people are promoting, and they think that this is a BS, and they are not wrong. And for that reason, and this game, this BS is just overshadowing all the great games that are coming out. Let me just give you an example. So how many of you have heard during this year or the previous years all about the microtransactions, the BS that the big AAA publishers are doing, or all those NFTs things that hopefully that are dead for a while at least? And how many of you have thought about this all in-game cash shops and the broken games and things like that? How many of you have heard it? I'm pretty sure that a lot of you have heard about this, and this is actually breaking your heart for the gaming. You are seeing all these broken games that are filled with cash shops and just trying to just milk you as much as you can while not giving a great gaming experience. And yep, the first thing that you might think that, yep, this is it, the gaming is dead. I'm not getting as much fun as I was getting in the past, and right now, yep, it's all about making money from me. And you kind of won't be wrong. Majority of AAA games transform purely into businesses. They are only interested in businesses and they're only interested in making money from you. So yeah, you are kind of not wrong, but you're only seeing very small but very loud part of the picture. You see, the gaming is purely dictated by the social media and by marketing, and unless you are very interested deeply into it, and unless you are a very hardcore gamer, you are not seeing even half of what gaming has to offer. You are seeing only the loudest parts. For example, in year 2022, Elden Ring was the biggest event of the year. This was a literal social event. Everyone was talking about that. Everyone was only purely concentrated about this game. And it's not a bad game. Don't get me wrong. This is not the bad part of the gaming. This is actually a good part of the gaming. And this time it was where good part was actually overshadowing other good parts. So we basically did not get enough good from gaming at this time. And it was Horizon Forbidden West. It was a great game. I haven't completed it fully, that's why I don't have a review for that, so I'm sorry about that. But it was a great game overshadowed by an Elden Ring. It was a huge thing that majority of you have simply missed. Some because they are not in PlayStation ecosystem, and others for that reason, because of Elden Ring, because they didn't know that this game came out. But I'm gonna give you another great example. Titanfall 2. Probably one of the best shooters that I have ever played, and I can't say this with 100% confidence. Well, this game has one of the most innovative, one of the most inventive, and one of the most fun single-player campaigns in any shooter that I have ever played. Yet, when it came out, it was a complete bust. Why? Because it came out right in the middle between Battlefield release, which was, I think, was Battlefield 1, and Call of Duty, I think it was Infinite Warfare or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I know that it was between Battlefield and Call of Duty. And for that reason, well, when you are releasing pretty niche shooter in between of this giant juggernaut of shooters, yeah, you are basically you are destined to fail. And Titanfall 2 kind of failed. Yes, it has a resurgence, and yes, it has a lot of great fans, and yes, it's an amazing game, and yes, Titanfall franchise is doing great because of an Apex Legends mainly, but still, the game died pretty quickly, and Titanfall 3 died with it as well. What I'm to say about the gaming and whether it's peaked or not is that no, gaming has not peaked because a lot of great games are being released. Right now I'm playing a lot of smaller indie titles, especially in a strategy gaming genre, and I'm amazed how great some of those games are. Enough to keep me glued to screen for hours and hours on end. And with the services like Game Pass or upgraded PlayStation Plus services, the gaming has never been better. Gaming is big, gaming is healthy. The thing is that you should not give attention to the places that does not deserve your attention. If you hate that game has an extensive cash shops, well, don't buy anything in those cash shops. Never, ever. Business is dictated by supply and demand. Well, if you're buying some stuff, they will release more of it. That's just how business works. If you don't want to see NFTs, stop buying NFTs. If you don't want to see these buggy and broken games, stop buying games on release, and especially stop pre-ordering. Because with the pre-orders, they are making money even before they're finishing their work. And they're just releasing the game because they simply don't want to lose money by canceling pre-orders, and they're just releasing the games. That's just it. So stop pre-ordering games, stop buying microtransactions, stop buying games on release until you'll actually see proper reviews, and stop doing things that you don't like in games. Go into indie scene, go and buy some indie games for dirt cheap. You can buy games for incredibly cheap compared to the AAA games. And you will be amazed how great of an experience gaming actually is. Call of Duty's, Fortnite's, Apex Legends and things like that are not the real representative of the gaming. It's just they just have biggest markets, but they're not the actual full gaming. But they're not representing all of the gaming scene. They're representing just a very small part of a bigger gaming picture. Yes, this small part is pretty big because a lot of people are playing just because of their mass appeal. But yeah, they're just not all. Just remember that. So no, gaming has not peaked, and it will take years and decades until it will even get close to peaking. Maybe it won't even peak ever in our lifetimes, or maybe at all. Well, this will be it for today. Thanks for being here with me. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe for more videos like this one, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.